gets it and now look to throw.
Got a man open. It's Darren Waller.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. A nice grab there for a guy coming off a terrific season, one that saw him have over 100 catches.
And when you have that many catches, that means you're a full part of the offense. And let's face it, he's been as good as anyone in the NFL this year. So it figures he's going to play a big role in whether his team can advance in the playoffs. I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it. And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra.
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bengals will strike first here, this wild card matchup. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Lawrence. They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. He's just got to be thinking, I hope that's not a harbinger of things to come. Very first pass of the afternoon picked.
And where do you go from here? Because when you start that way, do you allow that to seep into you and stay with you the rest of the game? Or do you find a way out of it? We're going to find out.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Caden Stearns. And the Jazz are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
They'll start on the ground. Etienne. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Always so many storylines when you're playing January football. And, Charles, you talk about this offense, their head coach, it's his first time in charge of the playoffs. And I think you and I were both kind of surprised by his demeanor and specifically his comments and his confidence at the press conference where he really all but guaranteed a victory.
Yeah, I was a little bit taken aback because you don't normally see that. And on one hand, it's like, all right, cool. He feels great about his team. But on the other hand, I don't think it's in his best interest to do that. How many playoff games has he won again, Brandon?
None.
So there's your answer right there. I guess what he was trying to do was fire up his team. But he has to make sure he doesn't fire up the other guys because there have been a lot of coaches who've made guarantees that are no longer coaching in this league.
Taking it about the 36. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He'll drop this one down to mix it. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
That's going to be caught. Touchdown. Joe Mixon with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Bengals lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a Bengals score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down. Lawrence will throw. And connecting here with DJ Sharp. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Going for the deep ball. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Darius Slayton, 39 yards. And the Jaguars are back within a score. Extra point by Nagar is up and good. Cut the lead down to a touchdown. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Burrow. Flush to his right. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. Setting up to throw it. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Burrow will throw.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 31-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And this one is incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. From the gun to give to Mixon. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. 4th down. Here's Joe Burrow sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Now Etienne to start the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
On 2nd down, Etienne once more. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken from just outside the 30. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. Mixon with a first down carry. He'll get it to the 40. He broke a tackle there but couldn't get much further. Miles Jack there to make the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. On 3rd and 1, Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Play action. It's Burrow. Rolling to his right. Going for it all. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase there to make the grab. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions, and they're a PAT from going up 21-7.
Yeah, very impressive the way that they've moved the football. Full command of their playbook, full command of the way they wanted to attack.
McPherson now for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Jaguars ready to go on offense for the final time in this first half. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Lawrence throwing the out route incomplete. That's Bradley. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. So we're at halftime in this AFC wildcard matchup. As we now go downstate, there you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Lawrence. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A good gain on 1st has them set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Flushed out right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Will go down as a gain of 6, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. And the offense moving quickly to the line. First down. Here's Burrow. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Throwing again on second down. Burrow. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 34-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, it's a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there, because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
They'll look to throw again. Right back to Marshall. He's got it this time. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver. Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Brown now to throw on third down. On the screen, this is Evans. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. And now they're in the hurry-up. They'll look to run with Evans. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. And one of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn...
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great play there. Taking it in. And the Bengals continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
From the 27, Lawrence. He'll find Etienne out of the backfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And a catch made by his tight end, Luke Farrell. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
To throw again is Lawrence. He finds his man, complete. It's Bradley.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver trying to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Lawrence going to get this to Etienne. That catch good for only a couple. Eight yards to go on second down. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He'll drop this one off with Etienne. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be third down. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And that's complete to Etienne out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They'll try the left side with Etienne. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down. Now Lawrence to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. This is caught. And the Jags are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a 1st down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Luke Farrell there to make the grab. And the Jaguars have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Nagar is up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Saying their fans here are stunned would be an understatement. Things in this wild card round have not gone according to plan. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. 3rd and 2, now Lawrence. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Throwing again here, it's Lawrence. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. This one is Slayton over the middle. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Lawrence. Over the middle, hauled in by Shark. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. From the 29, Lawrence. Finds the open target, Arnold. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 17-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Arnold. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. On play action, Lawrence. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Here's Lawrence to throw. Got a man, Slayton. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. Here's Lawrence. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
Ready.
A final shot now for Lawrence. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Well, 1 win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for